Delhi-based Vikas Kumar is a scholar, educator, curator, and arts administrator. He has completed his studies from Jawaharlal Nehru University. Vikas has worked as a curator at the National Gallery of Modern Art, New Delhi, for almost 3 years and curated many important exhibitions. He has curated more than 30 solo and group exhibitions and written several articles for many leading contemporary art journals of India and abroad since 2007 and also served as the contributing editor of Art Bahrain. He was the organizing team member of India Art Fair in its initial editions. He is the recipient of Getty Foundation grant for the CIMAM Museum Conference in Barcelona, Spain 2016 and Singapore 2017. He has served as the assistant professor visiting at the Department of Art History, College of Art, University of Delhi, and also taught at the Academy of Brera, University of Milan, Italy in 2016. He has been awarded with Dinkar Samman by the state government of Bihar for his contribution in the field of visual arts, writing, and also received the Junior Research Fellowship of Ministry of Culture, Government of India. Currently, Mr. Kumar working as the Senior Assistant Director, FICCI Art and Culture Division, New Delhi. We welcome you, sir, in Art Pe Charcha.
Welcome, sir. Welcome on the behalf of
thank you, sir.
on the behalf of Satyam Fashion Institute, Library Cell, on the behalf of all the board members, teachers, and all the staff of Satyam Fashion Institute and Satyam Group of Institutions, I, Ujjwal Ankur, welcome you in our today's Art Pe Charcha. तो जैसा हम लोग
go ahead.
जैसा हम लोग जानते हैं कि हमारा आज का सेशन है जो कि क्यूरेशन ओरिएंटेड क्यूरेशन पे बात करने के लिए है और क्यूरेशन भी सबसे ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट फिजिकल नहीं वर्चुअल आज कोविड के कारण कोविड-19 के कारण जो प्रॉब्लम्स हो रही हैं तो वी आर गोइंग टू टॉक अबाउट वर्चुअल क्यूरेशन उसके पहले कुछ बातें करते हैं हम विकास सर से उसके बाद वी विल गो टू द टॉपिक व्हाट वी हैव सिलेक्टेड फॉर टुडेज डिस्कशन तो सर आप इतने 1000 किलोमीटर दूर के रहने वाले बिहार में एक छोटा सा जगह है हाजीपुर वहाँ के आप रहने वाले हैं और जहाँ पे आर्ट का मैं बोलूँ ए भी लोगों को नहीं पता है बिहार झारखंड मिला के एक आर्ट कॉलेज है ठीक से पढ़ाई नहीं है अवेयरनेस नहीं है वहाँ का रहने वाला एक लड़का अपने आप को एक ऐसे फील्ड में तराशता है जिसको क्यूरेशन कहते हैं तो फाइन आर्ट्स में भी इतनी सारी विधाएं हैं उसमें यू हैव सेलेक्टेड क्यूरेशन एंड you studied from one of the prestigious institutes of our country or of the world, JNU. So ये जर्नी सर कैसी रही कुछ आप उसके बारे में बताइए
thank you, Ujjwal, for a very warm introduction. And you did a lot of hard work with finding the photographs from maybe social media. Create this introduction. Thanks for that, and thank you all for joining us this afternoon. I can see a lot of familiar faces also in this group of people who are listening to us. So, starting with your question belonging from this place called Hajipur. It's a small estate on the banks of the river across the Ganga River in district of Vaishali. So I must tell you that of course there is no contemporary art scenario prevalent in that part of the country, mostly Bihar, Jharkhand. But actually this is a very rich, culturally rich state. And especially the district, the Vaishali district is one of the ancient republic of the world. So you must be knowing all these things, and there are many museums of those ancient art and all. They are in good condition, not up to the mark, but they are good. They have a very good artifacts and everything are there. But unfortunately, the contemporary art scene is not good there. So I can see two of friends here on the screen. So one from Patna College of Art and maybe one from belonging to Jharkhand. They are also listening to this conversation. So of course the journey was little different, or maybe you can say intriguing for me And for the people around us, they were thinking, it's okay, why are you here? Like, bhai tu yahan kahan se aa gaya, kind of. I have heard this kind of stories a decade ago several times in several conversations, several meetings with the artists or creators or with the faculties also. So just to start, like every Bihari person, like the person from belonging to Bihar, we call Bihari, and we proudly call Bihari. So, and Subodh Gupta has mentioned in one of his artwork, which is one of the great artwork of the country called Bihari. So, belonging to that place, so I personally came to Delhi long back in 2000, early 2000, kind of, so to prepare for my civil services. So, like most of the people, most of the migrants, like students, they go to the bigger cities to prepare for the civil services. So, some of you who have been from the smaller town and come to these metro cities or any other metro cities, you might easily relate to this conversation that my parents wanted me to become an IAS, and I was pretty good at my subjects and studies. So, well learned general sciences and everything. So I'm a science graduate, by the way. So I studied geology honors in my early days. So and then I came to Delhi and started preparing for civil services. To cut it short, like, so to deal with day-to-day problems in the like cooking, maids, and every like day-to-day activities, I thought of joining some bigger universities where I could get a full-fledged mess service and I can properly study there in the library, in the hostels and all. Then I opted this Jawaharlal Nehru University. So why don't, and fortunately a year ago in 2003, they have started a division called the School of Arts and Aesthetics. And in 2004, I appeared for that. There were 16 seats in that. And fortunately, I got selected and I thought, oh, that's the place I have to be. So at least I don't have to cook or get this like tension of getting cooked and all. So I will get the food from mess, I'll study and I'll use the like very rich library in the country and prepare for my civils. But once you get into the zone of studies and that to a prestigious university, dealing with very like esteemed faculties and your like colleagues or co-students, then you slowly get attuned to that environment. And that's what happened with me. And for getting the semester wise, you have to get to the another semester, you need to prepare some kind of assignments and submissions and presentations and class presentations, and that keeps you busy. So after doing all sorts of things in semesters, I get attuned to this environment. And history was my very famous, like very interesting and famous for history in my school days. So and then I got into the art history, and then the journey started from there. So this is how I get into the masters in art history. Then I opted for an MPhil there. Then I started working with the art publications, then working with the art galleries, started with the art galleries, then moved to the art fairs, then worked with the museum, National Gallery of Modern Art as a curator, then worked with another like art fairs as a consultant. I'm currently working at the like heading this FICCI Art and Culture division. So this is the brief journey of my getting into the art history domain.
Oh wow! It was our pleasure to have you on this stage and on this platform. It's you have such a vast experience in this field and very versatile. You are working you are curating the shows. You are writing on the art. You are talking on art. A lot of things you are doing. Thank you so much, sir, to be a part of this Art पे चर्चा. तो ये जो आपका क्यूरेशन है, जो हम बोलते हैं क्यूरेशन, सो सबसे पहले लेट्स स्टार्ट फ्रॉम अ नोबल थिंग, नोबल टॉपिक की क्यूरेशन क्या है. लाइक पेंटिंग लोग जो करते हैं वो आर्टिस्ट कहलाते हैं, स्कल्पचर्स जो बनाते हैं स्कल्पटर्स कहलाते हैं. हु आर द क्यूरेटर्स या हाउ दे आर इम्पोर्टेंट इन आर्ट फील्ड?
Okay, so curation is a very widely exploited term these days, basically. So everybody on the screen is a curator, basically. So all of us are curator. If you say somebody is design curator, somebody is content curator, somebody is art curator, somebody is food curator, somebody is a space curator, interior space curator. So everybody is a curator. Specifically, when we talk about the arts curator, and genuinely, so it's a dichotomy, if you say. So I don't want to go you like take you through the words which I say, that these are the like set principles or maybe set explanations, or it's not a dictionary word where you find a chemical formula kind of, or where you find a specific definition of the word curator. So there are many forms you can see. So just to keep it very simple, I would say curation is a process. Curation is a process where you procure art, secure art, display art, to cure art. So, and curation is the word of like two words. We used to like learn in the English or Hindi, Vyakaran, where we used to divide the words. So curation is the word cure plus art, if you say. So, and then you put as many prepositions you can put in between. So cure in art, cure with art, cure above art, cure and art. So as many prepositions you put, and you can devise these terms in different, like you can take these terms in different directions, and ultimately it will come back to you. So this is basic like principle of curation. So for art curation I'm talking about. So, and mostly like positive preposition, not the below, and not the like those kind of words you put there. And curation is very like, you should procure and secure, but it should not be obscure kind of. So curation is very intent driven process. So where you have some kind of objective, defined objective, where you need to achieve something out of you. It's not be very erratic kind of, or a very obscure kind of, that okay, you need to do something and then you put together something and you come out with something and then you don't know what is that. So you have to have some kind of answer, or you have to be answerable for your processes and the outcome. That's the curation. So we can talk about during the conversation if somebody wants to know more about it. So I don't want to get into the terminology more and more, and so it's better to get into discussion.
Yeah. So for our attendees, if you want to ask any question, you can write your message in the chat box, or you can raise your hand. I will unmute you and you can ask question. So sir, rightly said by sir that procure and secure art, display art to cure art. ये डेफिनेशन आप याद रखिए, जो भी इनिशियल लेवल के हैं, जो लोग आर्ट फील्ड में आना चाहते हैं एज एन आर्टिस्ट, एज अ क्यूरेटर, और जो भी करना है एज अ कंजर्वेटर, जिनको जो भी करना है, बट procure art, secure art, and display art to cure art, that's something very nice. I heard from and I learned from Mr. Vikas. So सर आगे बढ़ते हैं. तो ये आपने बता दिया कुछ एलिमेंट्स के बारे में भी, क्यूरेशन के, कुछ क्यूरेशन के फंडामेंटल्स के भी बारे में. तो अगर हम बात करते हैं आज के ज़माने में सबसे ज़्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट है ये, जब से ये कोरोना वायरस का पूरा सीन चला है और सारा सिनेरियो बदल गया है, आर्ट में फिजिकलिटी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. इफ यू आर एग्जिबिटिंग समथिंग, यू नीड टू हैव आर्ट अप्रिशिएटर्स, यू नीड टू हैव विजिटर्स जो आपके गैलरी में आए. आप चाहते हैं मैक्सिमम टू मैक्सिमम लोग आए जो आपके आर्ट को देखें, अप्रिशिएट करें, खरीदें, और आपको वहां से एक और स्टेप आप आगे बढ़ें एज एन आर्टिस्ट. तो आज के ज़माने में सबसे बड़ी प्रॉब्लम ये सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग वाली हुई है. तो आर्टिस्ट या क्यूरेटर ये क्या करे, कैसे हम एग्जीबिशन को, जो मैं टॉपिक पे धीरे धीरे आ रहा हूँ, कि हम अपने एग्जीबिशंस को या एग्जीबिशन में क्यूरेट करने के तरीके को क्या हम वर्चुअल वर्ल्ड में ला सकते हैं. एवरीथिंग इज नाउ वर्चुअल. we are getting we are doing shopping all online, we are having education online, we are doing everything online, and जो नहीं कर रहे हैं धीरे धीरे slightly gradually they are forwarding towards that. So can we convert that physicality, that physical exhibitions, display and curation and everything, virtual?
Yeah. So just coming back to this virtual curation, like coming to that, before that I'll talk about some kind of elements, what's the necessary elements for the curation. So, and that will lead to the virtual exhibition, what we are like added there and what we are missing from the virtual exhibition process, virtual curation of the exhibition. So when you talk about the curation, so concept is very much necessary. Like you have to have very like solid concept or any kind of concept, but you are very clear with the concept, what you want to put together. Then second comes the content. content means like what you want to curate. So whether you want to curate an artwork or artifacts or any kind of contemporary art form or any other art forms also. And then the content wise, like what you want to curate, where you want to curate the which kind of materials, like whether you want to artworks of paintings or the sculptures or photographs or prints or installation, mixed media, video, and several other like digital and any other art form. So content is the secondary, and third is the space. So for which space you are curating. Space is like very like of course if you think about like a very like idealistic situation, you will think on a without space, that what you want to create a very nice concept, you want to do a very good content wise, but you're not thinking about space. And after doing these two processes, conceptualization of the project and content building, and then you move to the space and you will see, oh, this is not the space which I was thinking of in my mind. So I was looking at such a big space or high ceiling or low ceiling or that much like floor or wall. So everything like then your whole concept gets changed there. So space is also very much important, like whether you are curating for a museum space where you have high ceilings or good lightings or ample of space, long walls, like you can put sculptures here, there, and then you can look from the very far distance, you can go around the sculptures, see the three-dimensionality of it. So, and then there comes the objective. So why you want to do this project? If it's curated project, why do you want to do that? So do you want to bring out some issue of this society, or so you want to comment, or you want to support some kind of political statement, or you want to bring some kind of historicity in the contemporary context? So these kind of objective, and then comes the outcome. So of course everything goes well in line, and at the end of the what is the outcome? That is judged by the visitors' feedback or reaction or reviews of writers. Of course, the critical reviews, not the paid reviews these days happening. So critical reviews of people. So or the third party's view basically. So the people who are basically not like aligned to your views and all. So these 5 things you will see that these are all like very much related to the process of curation of any of the project. And the 6th point, which is a very important, but it falls between a line of curator and the exhibition designer these days, which is called display. Displays are also very important for curation, but sometimes like in these days current like well-resourced platforms and well-resourced people, so there is, it's called exhibition designer who play the role of the display person. So of course they work under the curation team or the curator, but of course the exhibition designer who gives you ample of like wall, like color of wall, or the setup of like design setup and all, or how do you want to navigate the people, whether right bend or the left bend, or which work should be the centrally placed, or how should we display the thing, whether we put it in the little up, low. So that kind of things like, which is in between the exhibition designer and curator. So with a limited resource, curators do that. But if you have good resources in various museums and all, so people usually use the exhibition designers. So these are the elements. And now coming to your virtual exhibition. So everything, all five things are there except the space, because you don't have that kind of a space. You have virtual space. Either you explore it as much as you can, or you are very limited by the 3-dimensionality on your screen. So you will just tell your designer that, okay, we need to put this work on this wall, and this is the 3D walkthrough will be like this, and that's it. So that space is very challenging here, because you don't have that, because some of the works, they actually need such kind of attention, such kind of display plan, or such kind of treatment that cannot be done on a screen. So if you may allow me that, Ujjwal, can you please show some of the artworks from Identity or Apart exhibition which I did? So that will give you a clear idea of that how these works cannot be showcased in the digital space.
Yeah.
All right. So this is the exhibition we recently curated under my like curatorial collaboration, Zero Gravity Collective. So we did it one of the gallery in Delhi. So this is on-site artwork where the artist was there for last 3-4 days working on the wall of the like gallery, and this is like made of the, if you know, this husk, which is like which comes from the rice like uh, cover and all. So this is made from that, and then there is a video display is there, then sound piece is there, there are like art notebooks placed there. So these kind of works you cannot do in the digital space at all, even if you are fine with your like technicality, but still like this kind of like creation of the space and the interactive vision, like when the people who the visitor used to come there and they used to actually interact with the space, these artworks and the space, they used to sit and listen to the audio pieces and then move around with this and they play with the husk, and then get the feel of the actual the entire landscape of the rural India. So these and maybe other artwork also, if you see in this series apart. So can we move to the next slide?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is also. So there is a certain level of placement needed in that kind of presentation that we cannot. These are the before that slide. So the artwork is a photograph, but you cannot put it on just like a slide kind of. You cannot put it in that on wall. So you need to place it like that. Then the light goes below that, and then the reaction. So this is how we place with the space, which actually enriches the entire environment and the artwork necessity of the artwork. So this is missing in the virtual exhibition. But yeah, so that's all for now. So, but yeah, what is the advantage? And this is also from the same exhibition. So you cannot go with all these images and the all these attributes in the artwork. There's a glass mirror. You need to peep into the work to understand actually the work. So this is one of the like significant work from that exhibition. So yeah, so as of now we can just like close the slide.
Yeah.
So apart from that, this space, the virtual space, this is the problem with the virtual exhibitions curation. But what is good? So the good is the outreach. The good is the innovation. So I'll just usually will share some of the links which I've gathered to just showcase, give you the glimpse of how virtual exhibition is good for these days in this like COVID pandemic. So basically, this has given a good platform. Basically, it's given a good platform to come together. People who, barring all other kind of business like differences and all, people have come together. Like yeah, this is one of the initiative by Art in Touch. Like 10 of the galleries, 10 important art galleries have come together and started with virtual exhibitions. So you can see some of the Delhi-based galleries, some other than Delhi, also Bangalore, on other, not only Indian, apart from India, other galleries are also there. I think from Dubai, Greenwise is there. From Calcutta, some gallery is there. So 10 of the galleries have put together their exhibition and giving you the actually visual treat for all the like visitors. So they can just go to this link and see 10 exhibitions simultaneously running with very top class artists and with well curated theme, concept and everything is there. So apart from that, also there are so much innovation people are trying to do. So earlier when we used to do the physical space, we used to do the minimal documentation of the exhibition. Like we used to produce the catalog, we used to do the possible social media platform promotion, like the Instagram or Facebook or whatever these kind of like LinkedIn and all this kind of. So but these days people have started creating the 3D exhibitions also, walkthrough exhibition. So usually we'll show you some of the slides. So people have started 3D walkthrough. So you will feel like you are getting into the museum space. Of course, there is no physicality, but you will see the space like works hanging on the wall, like you must have seen in some of the museum exhibitions, which is prevalent pre-COVID also. Yeah, in this slide you will see. So if you just click the thing, So you can just get into the zone of the exhibition. You can get into the exhibition space. You can see the artworks which are going on where. You can see the detail of the artwork, how it is placed. So we see in physical space such kind of arrangements, but of course that tactile feel, the feel of the eye, that is missing here. But of course, we, with a limited resource, we try to get into that zone and we try to put it as much as we can. So we will feel that, okay, we are actually in front of the work, reading about the work, understanding the work, and you have ample of time to interact with the work, basically. So it's not like you are going to the gallery space and you just move from one place to another place. So you have ample of time to actually go back and forth with the work and understand the work, read about the work. So this is good about the work. And also in some cases, like you will say, like if you go to the space, you will see some empty gallery, exhibition is hung there, and then you go and see and read the text and come out. Hardly you get the catalog and all to read about the in depth of the artwork. But in like virtual space, you will see some of the exhibition people have actually tried to do the walkthrough through their curators. So they will actually take you through the artworks, talk about the artwork, their relevance, their importance in this exhibition, and details of the work. Like some of the slides there, it's mentioned there, where we have tried to like capture those moments, like how exhibition can be experienced virtually with a lot of information, or people talking, or the curator talking about the work. So these are the actually importance, like these are the plus points of virtual exhibition. And also the outreach. Like if you do the physical space, you will say, okay, I have done the physical exhibition, I have invited 100, 200, 500 people have visited, and they keep coming during the exhibition period, they will see the exhibition. But apart from that, we actually tend to forget about promoting the work, taking to the other level, taking to the other region of the country or beyond the country. But in digital space, you actually do that. You actually understand that since we are not in physical space, so we should try to reach as much as we can. So we use all our social channels, we try emailers, we try reach out to other people in the other regions also, like sitting like 7 seas across, and then we get to their like desktop or palm top. So this is the outreach, which is like we are like, that's the importance, that's the significance of this virtual space. So I think this is the like virtual exhibition thing. And also I'll just tell you, so very interestingly, you must have noticed that, so in this like post-COVID time or during COVID time, so you must have seen many dormant institutions or dormant galleries or dormant government institutions who were not focusing on the digital space. They have started building their digital space and coming forward with that, doing in the form of whether museums doing walkthroughs, institutions, government institutions doing webinars, talks, and all. This is highly encouraging, and
Yeah,
it shows like
NGMA has started that virtual exhibition.
yeah, and also the Lalit Kala has recently
Lalit Kala.
done the webinar, and IGNCA is doing webinar series, and National Museum is doing. So that's very encouraging and maybe fruitful for like entire institution and the country.
Okay, so our attendees, one request to our attendees that we are running short of time. Vikas, you are going to bombard with lot of questions. I have already received lot of questions in chat box. So we will, you can reconnect on the same link. All the attendees, you are requested to reconnect on the same link. As we finish this in 3 minutes, this session is going to be finished. You can again come to us and join us from the same link. तो विकास बहुत अच्छा आपने बताया कि ये वर्चुअल जो एग्जीबिशन है, बहुत कुछ चीजें ऐसी हैं जिसको हम नहीं कर सकते, वो एटमॉस्फेयर क्रिएट नहीं कर सकते, वो फीलिंग हम जनरेट नहीं कर सकते, और बहुत सारी ऐसी पॉजिटिव एस्पेक्ट्स हैं जिसमें हम एक्सप्लोर कर सकते हैं, जिसमें हम चीजें कर सकते हैं. अभी के टाइम की ये रिक्वायरमेंट है. एंड लाइक सर सेड दैट देयर आर फ्यू थिंग्स जो नहीं किया जा सकता. नहीं किया जा सकता कहने का मतलब यही है कि देयर आर अपॉर्चुनिटीज. यू आर देयर after this webinar, put your mind on that, discuss with your people how to create those emotions, how to create that such situation अगर आपको कुछ फील कराना है, वो जैसे हमने उसमें देखा, फोटोग्राफ्स में देखा है, डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ लाइटिंग थी, अगर वैसी लाइटिंग फील करानी है, आपको कुछ वैसा स्टेटमेंट देना है, गांव का परिवेश दिखाना है, तो यू कैन पुट योर माइंड ऑन दैट। यही तो रिसर्च करने का एक वहाँ पे एक गैप है, रिसर्च गैप है, जिसको हमें फुलफिल करना है, जो हम अगर वर्चुअल कर पाए तो दैट इज गोइंग टू बी लाइक एनीथिंग, हम मैक्सिमम रीच होगा, ज्यादा से ज्यादा लोगों तक पहुंच पाएंगे, and it is going to be benefited, we are going to be benefited in very different kind of 3-4 questions. All of you are requested to ask a lot of questions if you want to know more about curation and virtual curation and something related to this field. Sir, before going to the question answer session, I just want to ask if anybody wants to make career in as a curator, or like you said, there are a lot of subdivision of curation. There is someone called exhibition designer, there is someone called art critic, there is someone who writes on art. So, and if we amalgamate everyone, like in India, country like India, who is struggling with art, उसको अच्छे करने में, और भी यूरोपियन कंट्रीज को compete करने में हम कर रहे हैं, तो what we are doing कि हम साफ साफ सब काम एक बंदे से निकालने की कोशिश करते हैं, that if you are a curator, you design our exhibition as well, you write on our painting or sculpture or any art as well. So if somebody wants to make career in this, so क्या रास्ते हो सकते हैं? Please tell us few prominent institutes who is giving curation का curation के ऊपर कोई course, और आप इस field में हो तो is this field allow you to earn bread and butter or something like that?
Okay. So since I'm surviving, so you can understand. So this actually profession pays something. So, but I must tell you that the very clear perspective about this like entire like field of arts, contemporary art. So even the people who are from the fashion fraternity and the textile and people working in that place, almost similar reason. So if you have come to this creative field per se, the creative industries in fact, which covers the entire visual art, the performing art, the music, the publishing, and any kind of creative field you have chosen for, so you have become a woman. So you are not a machine. So you have not techno-crad machine where you are putting all your like time and brain like drainage of brain there. So to earn those like bucks, basically, if you say. So since you have chosen this, so try and live life in a modest way. Don't aim for such a like higher kind of packages and such kind of like competitive packages. You must say that somebody whom you have studied in your grad schools and they have taken the IT sector and they are roving around in BMWs and you are still in your I-10 or maybe Santro or all such cars. So you just get out of that zone first. So because you are a creative visionary person, you are trying to bring out change in the society through your creations, whether it's curation, whether your artworks, whether your writings, whether your publications, or whether your designs, whether your fashion, whether your like costumes, so anything. So this difference, you start with that difference, keeping in that mind first. Then of course there are opportunities. It's not that there are not opportunities. This is like field which is trying to get bigger and bigger year by year, basically. When we started, there were no such courses in curatorial practices in entire country. Even we were not taught the curatorial practice as a course, but in our MPhil course, there was introduction of curatorial practice as a paper. One paper, one like term paper was there. So where you understand about the curatorial practices. And then slowly people understanding the need of this like curatorial practices and all, they're trying to make it bigger and bigger every like semester wise or year wise. And few universities like Ambedkar University in Delhi, MSU in Baroda. MSU Baroda is very good university. JNU. They have started doing in a bigger way. And some private universities have come up with like opening the fine arts department recently. That is in like 5 years, down 5 years. So earlier there was no fine art teaching. If the fine arts were there, they were only used to teach the practical fine art, not the theoretical. You cannot teach about the art history, learn about art history or the curatorial practices. They will like only teach you about how to do painting and the graphics and all the sculpture making and everything. But recently, many private universities have like the Shiv Nadar University in Greater Noida. So many such private universities have started doing that kind of courses. So of course, the opportunities are getting much more these days, and working opportunities. There are, for curators, there was earlier, like a decade ago, in early 2000, you can say there were only few museums who used to have curators, and that museums also have very like stringent rules and regulations to get a like, curatorial job in that museum. So all the museums, like even a simpler word, you say you need to gray your hair first, and then you will be able to become a curator. So, like, yeah, that kind of experience they want, and then you become a curator. But slowly, times have changed, and the galleries, the private galleries have opened up, art foundations have opened up, some major collections have opened up, collectors have started their own building collection and private museums. So they have started taking the services of curators, and then the branches of curatorial practices, like well, you can become a curator, you can become researcher, you can become the exhibition designer from there, you can become archivist, you can be a digital record keeper, you can do the research for them, and also you can go to the academics. Now the universities have started taking up the courses, the private universities and some of the government also. Now you can become the professor also, like Ujjwal is doing there. Like so, that kind of like other like domains have opened up recently. So opportunities are there, of course, and slowly it will become more and more. Auction houses are coming up in India. Some international auction houses like Sotheby's, Christie's, Bonhams. There are Indian also. Saffron Art is there, Art and Deal is there, Art Pool is there, Bead and Hammer is there. So many auction houses are there. So they also take the services of curators to sometimes evaluate the artwork, sometimes authenticate the artwork, provenance of the artwork. You need to understand so which period, which is the style. You need to. So there are many like intricacy in like going into it. So there are opportunity, of course, and growing opportunity. But yeah, bottom line again, I will say. So you are different than the other people.
Oh, very well said and very well taken. That first you understand that you are different from other people. Be visionary, polish your skill, और उसके बाद the whole world is yours. And the second thing, what sir has taken in a negative way, I want to put it in a positive way, that if there is something called negative or something called gap, you can anytime fill it with your different kind of visions. अगर आपको लोग नहीं बुला रहे हैं, अगर क्यूरेशन की पढ़ाई नहीं है, so academicians has opportunity to open colleges and schools and different kind of course. Obviously virtual course in present scenario we can talk about that. And if people are taking multitasking work from you as a curator, then it's opportunity again to learn a lot and go outside, beyond the boundary, go outside country, learn something, come back and then serve our nation. I'm very much sure if you are polished with this kind of skill, you are going to earn a lot. Again, अगर हम monetize उसके बारे में बात करें, monetization के बारे में बात करें, you can also have BMWs, but हाँ थोड़ा सा organized field नहीं है, थोड़ा सा unorganized है, so you have to find your own way. That will give you satisfaction. But one thing is very much sure, that we people are different. People related to art who are art appreciators or art curators or artists, they are different. They have to feel that, and they feel proud on that कि हाँ हम लोगों से different हैं. वो एक different type की खुशी देती है. So now let's moving towards question answer session. We have Miss Archana Jha. You can ask your question and then you can ask your question.
Thank you और good नमस्ते सबको. मेरा क्वेश्चन एक ही है कि जैसे आर्टिस्ट पेंटिंग करता है, एक क्यूरेटर की जरूरत पड़ती है उसे अपनी पेंटिंग को एग्जिबिट कराने के लिए. तो कई बार ऐसा होता है हम समझ नहीं पाते कि क्यूरेटर कौन से क्यूरेटर को अप्रोच करे, उसमें क्या क्वालिटी होनी चाहिए, क्या देखें हम उस क्योंकि नेचुरली जब हम एग्जीबिशन करना चाहेंगे तो चाहेंगे कि हमारी पेंटिंग अप्रिशिएट भी हो, उस क्यूरेटर के पास इतना कॉन्टैक्ट भी हो जो हमारी पेंटिंग को सेल भी करा दे। तो कैसे समझे, बहुत बार हमें कहना तो नहीं चाहिए, मतलब कुछ रिजल्ट नहीं मिलता, बस क्यूरेशन हो जाता है, फी भर देते हैं हम उनकी, खत्म कहानी। 5 डेज हमने अपनी पेंटिंग टांग के रख दी गैलरी में, फिर वापस 5वें दिन उठा के लेके आ गए। तो ये जानना था, बीइंग एन आर्टिस्ट क्या देखना चाहिए, कैसे अप्रोच करना चाहिए, क्या क्या क्वालिटी वी शुड कंसीडर कि हाँ वी कैन अप्रोच हिम और हर, तो ये हमारे लिए कुछ कर सकते हैं।
जी नहीं, धन्यवाद आपके इस क्वेश्चन के लिए। इस तरह क्वेश्चन हम लोग की जर्नी में, लाइक वी आर वर्किंग इन दिस डोमेन फ्रॉम लास्ट 13-14 ईयर्स, तो इस जर्नी में कई बार आते हैं कई कलाकारों से, और ये एक बहुत ही जायज क्वेश्चन है, और लेकिन इसका एक बस साधारण सा उत्तर देना चाहता हूँ कि रिसर्च कीजिए, एक अध्ययन जरूरी है। जैसे आप अपनी पेंटिंग पे अध्ययन करते हैं कि क्या बनाएं, कैसा बनाएं, और मेरा क्या स्किल है, मैं किस तरीके के काम बनाऊं, पेंटिंग, स्कल्पचर, मिक्स मीडिया, इंस्टॉलेशन किस तरह से कर बनाती हूँ, उसी तरीके से आप क्यूरेटर कौन सा लेना चाह रहे हैं, वो भी एक अध्ययन आपको करना होगा। जैसे अगर आपको अभी मैं पूछूं कि आप 10 कोई भी अपने पहचान के आसपास के 10 क्यूरेटर के नाम बताएं, तो आपको पता होना चाहिए कि हाँ ये लोग क्यूरेटर यहाँ पे हैं, ये लोग काम करते हैं इस फील्ड में। और हर एक क्यूरेटर का अपना एक स्पेशलिटी होता है, एक उसको कहते हैं कि महारत हासिल होता है। कुछ लोग जैसे जैसे फिल्म में ही अगर कोई प्रोड्यूसर डायरेक्टर होता है, एक्टर को कैसे लेते हैं, तो उनको अपने कॉन्सेप्ट बेस पे देखते हैं कि कौन सा एक्टर को ले, किस तरह का रोल है। तो आप अपने जो आपके मन में एक रोल आपने बना रखा है क्यूरेटर का, उसको फुलफिल करने के लिए कौन सा क्यूरेटर आपके लिए उचित रहेगा, वो आपको एक अध्ययन करना पड़ेगा। बहुत सारे ऐसे क्यूरेटर हैं जो कि बहुत कॉन्टेम्प्ररी और कॉन्टेक्चुअल आर्ट वर्क पे काम करते हैं। बहुत लोगों का है कि नहीं, मैं तो पेंटिंग का क्यूरेशन करता हूँ, मैं डिजिटल मीडिया में कम काम करता हूँ। बहुत ऐसे क्यूरेटर होते हैं जिनका आउटरीच बहुत अच्छा होता है, जो मतलब लोगों से कनेक्शन है, या उनका सोशल मीडिया अप्रोच है, या लोगों को बुलाने का, आपकी शोज में लाने का उनका कनेक्शन है, वो अच्छा होता है। कुछ ऐसे क्यूरेटर होते हैं जिनका मतलब वो किसी कलेक्शन में या किसी आर्ट कलेक्टर्स के साथ काम कर चुके होते हैं, तो उनको कुछ जो आप लोगों के लिए निहायत जरूरी है, बायर्स कांटेक्ट, जो आप लोग चाहते हैं कि पेंटिंग वापस रोल करके लेके नहीं आना पड़े। कुछ लोग ऐसे भी क्यूरेटर होते हैं जो जिनका वो नेटवर्क अच्छा होता है। तो ये आपके अध्ययन की चीज है कि आप ये पता रहेगा आपको कि ये लोग क्यूरेटर है, आप शॉर्टलिस्ट कीजिए। जैसे हम लोग कोई प्रोजेक्ट क्यूरेट करते हैं, तो हमें भी अगर हमारे पास इंडिया में या अक्रॉस इंडिया बाहर भी हजारों आर्टिस्ट है, तो हम लोग उसमें से सिलेक्ट करते हैं, पहले कॉन्सेप्ट बनाते हैं, उस कॉन्सेप्ट में कौन कौन आर्टिस्ट फिट हो सकता है, एक ब्रॉड लिस्ट तैयार करते हैं, लेट्स से कि 100 लोगों का। उस 100 में से फिर हम जब अपने कॉन्सेप्ट को रिफाइन करते हैं कि नहीं, हमें माइग्रेशन पे काम करना है, फिर माइग्रेशन पे हम लोग और भी रिफाइन करते हैं कि नहीं, हमें नॉर्थ ईस्ट के माइग्रेशन पे काम करना है। तो फिर हम लोग स्लोली स्लोली उस लिस्ट को रिफाइन करते जाते हैं, 100 से फिर वो 50 होते हैं, 20 होते हैं, तब वैसे हम लोग उस आर्टिस्ट के साथ काम करते हैं। वैसे ही आपको भी 10-20 लोगों को नाम जानना होगा अपने एरिया के, अपने आपके फील्ड के क्यूरेशन को। उसके बाद उसमें से शॉर्टलिस्ट करना पड़ेगा कि आपका मुद्दा क्या है, आप ज्यादा पब्लिसिटी चाहते हैं, आप ज्यादा काम बेचना चाहते हैं, आप ज्यादा लोगों से इंटरेक्ट करना चाहते हैं, या आपका क्यूरेटर इतना फेमस हो कि नाम से ही लोग जाने, लाइक वन ऑफ द टॉप क्यूरेटर ऑफ द कंट्री, और आप उसके लिए फी देने के लिए तैयार है। तो ये आपका ये प्रायोरिटी है इसमें कि आपको वो जानना पड़ेगा, उसके बाद आप डिसाइड कर सकते हैं।
हाँ, बहुत अच्छा आंसर और बहुत सही क्वेश्चन भी था अर्चना जी का। तो बेसिकली वही है, इंडिया में हमारे पास क्यूरेटर जो है, जिसे हम क्यूरेटर कहते हैं, उससे हम बहुत सारे काम चाहते हैं। तो हमें केवल ये नहीं हम केवल ये नहीं चाहते कि वो हमारे एग्जीबिशन को अच्छे से डिस्प्ले कर दे, उसके ऊपर कुछ लिख दे, हम ये भी चाहेंगे कि कुछ लोगों को भी बुला दे, हम ये भी चाहेंगे कि काम बेच भी दे। तो बहुत सारा रोल वो क्यूरेटर प्ले कर दे। तो वही है, आप प्रायोरिटी सेट करें आप लोग कि पहले चीज आपके लिए क्या है, आपको काम बेचना पहले है या आपको एक स्टेटमेंट क्रिएट करना है। जो भी चीज पहली है उसके अकॉर्डिंग आप क्यूरेटर का चयन कर सकते हैं, और वो आपको बात करने से, उनका प्रोफाइल पढ़ने से, उनकी बैकग्राउंड को चेक करने से यू विल इजीली गेट टू नो कि ओके ही और शी इज गोइंग टू सेटिस्फाई माय विजन और माय ऑब्जेक्टिव और नॉट. So thank you so much, Vikas. Now we have a second question from Kumar Ranjan. Kumar Ranjan, I'm unmuting you. You can ask your question.
Yes, Kumarji.
Yes, and hi everyone. Actually, my question is actually in earlier time there was a lot of interaction with the artist and curator, and there was a certain kind of bonding, and there is some kind of understanding with the three, because this whole process is almost intellectual process. So sometimes curator visit the artist studio, and they spend so much time, and then they decide sometimes according to the topic and according to that particular show, and then there is after a lot of conversation they execute something. So I think recent in current time, I think we feel it's a lack of gallery and curator and artist bonding actually, because maybe there is a number of galleries there, number of artists is there, and we have very short time to execute from one exhibition to other exhibition, so we don't have so much time to spend time and talk about that process, and we spend less time with the artist studio. So recently I miss I think there must be some solid structure again to restart, to visit the artist studio with the curator and the gallery.
Yeah, definitely. So I understand what you are talking about. Basically, this is all the evolution process of like evolution process. So the time frame you are talking about, there was a deep bonding between the curator and artist. Curators used to visit artist gallery or artist space, studios, on and off, like often they used to sit together. So I understand so many instances in Baroda, in Bombay, all those places have created a group, a very short group kind of, whether on the name of a house also, like maybe if a house name is 1860, so you just put the group name 1860, and there are so many artists, few curators, few academicians. They used to visit like mostly every evening or alternate day evening, talk about different issues, and then they truly understand the process, the psycho, the whatever, like thinking, the concept of the artwork, and then artist plans to do an exhibition, then the curator is there. That very curator who sits with him all the time knows the entire process, and he curates the work. So he actually knows in depth about the process of the work, and he do better justice to the work by putting into the like perspective, display, writing about the work and everything. But times have changed, all the technology advancement. Of course, it's a boon for us, but there are some kind of like problem that people, if you get all those things in emails, then people tend not to visit your studios. Like, oh, since you have got all those things, okay, I'll send you the email, all the artworks, please read through it and talk to me over phone if you want to talk about the process or the concept of the work, why I have done this. So this is like times have changed. So this is a process of change. This is the evolution. Secondly, there are many not-for-profit initiatives which are running in this space till date, from that time also, who have been encouraging such kind of practice. You must be knowing one of initiative we have started and still continuing with Silt Art Initiative, where we do that. We take people to the artist studio. We take so many artists, curators, everybody to the artist studio, talk to them, understand the process, understand how do they do their work, and how they have achieved that kind of feat in this market, the contemporary art scene. So, and then we also visit several artist studio, visit like on and off. So, and there are many such organizations in different parts of the country who are still doing that. But the growing number of artists, like, and length of breadth of the country, so that practice has gone in a little like not a very prominent. So we must say that it's not happening as often as it used to be earlier, because that time number of artists were very less, you mean to say, and those kind of, and the market was also not there. Fortunately, the market was also not there. So you have to be very cohesive with your effort, where you put together with the curators, the gallerist, and the artist together. I must give you a simple example of Bollywood. How David Dhawan used to make films with Govinda. Because They were very close friends, and they used to sit together. Like once I bumped into them, and they were sitting together in one of the restaurant in Bombay. So, and it was usual process for them. So having lunch together, having dinner together, going to different parties together, and that's how they have created that kind of rapport, that whatever project they used to conceive together, and then they used to give hits of the Bollywood. So in that period of time. So the same theory implies with the artist. Until date, many artists who are like stick to the one particular gallery or some set of particular galleries or curators, they are working in similar fashion. So even if some other galleries or curators or any other collectors per se also, if they approach those artists, they won't budge you. They will say you, okay, so I work with this gallery, please go to them. Or I work with this curator, please talk to them about my work. So they will tell you better about my work. So that practice is still there. So this is a very close bonding between those cohesive group, which is getting loosened day by day because of the advent of the market and the evolution. I must say evolution is the greatest factor, the technological evolution. People don't have time. People are doing multiple jobs at a similar time. So I think you will understand this.
Yeah, yeah, very nicely asked question and very nicely given answer. कुमार रंजन जी के क्वेश्चन से एक बात तो पता चली, फॉर स्पेशली फॉर स्टूडेंट्स, ट्राई टू बी विद योर फ्रेंड्स, ट्राई टू बी विद लाइक माइंडेड पीपल एंड ट्राई टू मेक अ ग्रुप. जो आगे चल के वो बॉन्डिंग है, वो बॉन्डिंग बहुत अच्छे से डेविड धमन और गोविंदा वाले एग्जांपल से यू कैन बेटर कोरिलेट इट, कि कल होके आप में से कोई अच्छा होगा, ही विल स्टार्ट डूइंग क्यूरेशन, कोई अच्छा होगा वो पेंटिंग करने लगेगा, और वो जो बॉन्डिंग बनेगी तो वो बॉन्डिंग बहुत आगे तक जाएगी. बिकॉज इनिशियल लेवल पे पैसों की भी बहुत प्रॉब्लम होती है. यू कांट हायर क्यूरेटर, यू कांट हायर पीपल हु कैन डिजाइन योर एग्जीबिशन, वो लेटर फेज में होगा. तो शुरू के फेज में आपके अच्छे दोस्त जो होंगे जिनमें वो क्वालिटीज होंगी, आप उनकी हेल्प बिल्कुल ले सकते हैं और अच्छे से काम हो सकता है. वी हैव वन मोर क्वेश्चन बाय Miss Ananya Majumdar. She is very budding and very young designer. Ananya, I am unmuting you. You can go ahead with your question.
Sir, asking, when you were talking about how being physically there and like experiencing art in the place of it is important, I was asking about what future does virtual reality headsets and the similar apparatus that is coming up newly in the market has in the field of curation and viewing exhibitions of art?
Yeah.
Thank you.
So, yeah, AR and VR, these are not the post-COVID impact basically. Augmented reality and virtual reality, this is actually has come pre-COVID. So most of the museums and important galleries in West, they have already adapting these processes, AR and VR. They are trying to digitize those things and put it in the augmented reality, like walkthroughs and all they're putting in their museum website. And in India also, you must have seen in Bollywood, many of the projects are driven by AR and VR projects. But in arts also, people have started adopting that. So, and COVID is a kind of, you can say, it has added an impact now that you must have to implement this. Otherwise, you will lose the battle kind of. So, otherwise, this is already in process. People have been using this augmented reality and virtual reality process in their domain, whether in cinemas or in arts also. So this is there, very much there. So now we just need to fuel them. That's it. And coming back to Ujjwal's, like one point you have mentioned to your like students, that if you cannot hire your any curator at this space, so you must create a bond and all. So it's not that you need to hire a curator all the time. So sometime if you are doing good art and you are visible, just make sure that you are visible. That's why I keep telling all my students, all my friends, all my peer group people that be visible. Go to museums, go to galleries, go to talks, seminars, wherever you can, you have time to. Go to these places. If people will see your work, there are many such organizations in the country who are trying to get like young artists, provide platform to them. Ujjwal knows about one of my platform like we do. So we have been like creating platform for several hundred artists till date. From last 5-6 years, we have been doing that. Many hundred artists have been exhibited there. So if your work is visible in that domain, if somebody knows, if you try to share your work on social media and somebody notices, and if your work is promising, you will get. You don't need to hire a curator at first go, and your work will be noticed and will be displayed, will be given due credit, and maybe you will get better platform day by day.
Yeah, so a very important mantra. Try to visit the art fraternity, the places related to art fraternity. Go to museums, go to galleries, show your face value बढ़ाओ, फिर काम दिखाओ, display your work, then definitely you will be picked from somewhere, from some very big organizations. Vikas sir, you can connect with him. He is one of the trustees of organization called Shield Art Initiatives. So उसमें बहुत सारे different exercises होते रहते हैं, workshops होते रहते हैं, talks होते रहते हैं, बहुत important. You can contact with him and you can join those Shield Art Initiative talks. उससे भी बहुत fruitful आप लोगों के लिए चीजें रहेंगी. Now Vikas sir, we have one more very budding and awarded young designer, Mahima Malik. So Mahima, I am unmuting you. You can go ahead with your question.
Yes, thank you, sir. Sir, my question is, what is the importance of curation for designers? Like there are so many designers listening to you. So what are your views? How can curation help us to grow in our
Which
career?
kind of designers you want to ask? The fashion designers or the product designers, or holistically you are asking about design?
Holistically,
Okay.
and if personally I can ask for textile designers.
For textile design. Yes, sir.
Okay. So see, in our process of curation, or the curation which we try to conceive and put together, or we try to put forward in the entire contemporary art circuit, we try to blur the gap between different art forms. We try to merge those art forms. We have always intended to. We are not only the curators of visual arts domain where we deal with the paintings, sculptures, prints, photograph, or some digital media like video and all. We have always initiated that we bring all those forms, whether it's textile, whether it's products, whether your fashion costumes, so all sorts of those products into the contemporary art curation. So in my projects, some of the projects also, I have worked a lot with fabrics. I have in fact encouraged artists to work with fabrics. So Ujjwal will share some of the slides with you maybe later. So where I have actually told artists to work with the found material.
Let me show you. Let me show you.
Yeah, you can see this work. This is the exhibition I have curated for one of the Delhi West Gallery called Transforming Realities. So where this chili, it's chili, which is covered with the textiles, different textiles from Rajasthan and all those places. So this is a very famous artist called Subodh Kerkar from Goa, who actually talks about the importance of chili and how it's transformation. So basically, all of you are familiar with chili. Everybody knows that chili is one of the important dishes of the country, and it must have originated in India. It's not. Chili is not in India. Chili has come to India from South Africa, and it has South America, and it has brought by Portuguese in Goa in 16th century. The trade route was there in Goa. You must be knowing that. They have brought the chili there, and then the artists, the peasants there, they used to grow there, and they try to add their flavor, red chili, green chili, bhut jolokia, and all sorts of chilies they started doing. So actually, artist talks about the historicity of the chili in that context, in this artwork, and then he tries to cover this textile, all those fabric. So textile just to revive the textile actually denotes the revival of the entire historicity, and also this kind of artwork where we work with the economically weaker sections people, and then we encourage them to work with fabric because that is very economically viable and sustainable for them. So we are not only talking about the high end of contemporary art, we are asking them to This is like drawings made from the alphabet books. You must have seen ABCD wala book. So we have got some ABCD wala book, given it to them. Take some pattern motifs from there, put it on your like cloths, like kapra, whatever kapra you have got from your home, or you provide them. You make pillow cover, you make table cover, you make those. That is sustainable art. So you use the fabric, you use those patterns, you make contemporary art, and you make it sustainable. And that is for the weaker community of this like society. So this is art should serve basically. So I hope I'm coming to your question. So this is all related very much. So curation is very much important in your sector also, but you should not feel that my sector is very much different from the contemporary art or visual art sector. There is like crossing like boundaries, and we are trying to bridge those gaps. We are trying to blur those boundaries. We are trying to bring the textile, product, fashion, everything together. And for many of your like textile mentors have worked with us. If you know about JJ Valaya, if you know about Mansingh Kaul, if you know about some Gaurav Jaisingh Gupta, if you know about Nida Mahmood, all these people have worked in the contemporary art circuit. They have started Rohit Bal and all, Rohit Gandhi. So they all people have worked with us on the contemporary art circuit, and they have worked on the artwork. They have tried to imbibe their technology, their skill, their fabric denotation into the contemporary art sector. So you just feel a part of this. That's why I use this word as a creative art sector. It's all holistic sector.
Yeah, thank you so much. That was wonderful session with you, Vikas sir. And बहुत अच्छी अच्छी बातें सीख ली आज हमने फॉर द इनिशियल लेवल पीपल हु वांट टू बी अ पार्ट ऑफ दिस फ्रेटर्निटी, हु वांट्स टू जो अपना वो करना चाहते हैं, क्या कहते हैं उसको, आजमाना चाहते हैं अपना लक, हु वांट्स टू डू समथिंग बेटर इन दिस फील्ड. First thing what you should do, just go to galleries, go to museums, explore people, explore the place, try to make some friends, like-minded friends, और उसके बाद अपना काम कीजिए, विजिबिलिटी दिखाइए, स्किल को पॉलिश कीजिए. डेफिनेटली यू विल रीच समवेयर वेयर यू वांट टू रीच. विकास, हेलो सर, आर यू देयर? या विकास सर से कनेक्ट करने के लिए आप उनके सोशल मीडिया हैंडल्स पे जा सकते हैं, और उनका एक जीरो ग्रेविटी करके उनका एक प्रोजेक्ट है, एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है जो एक्सपेरिमेंटल, इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग सर, एक्सपेरिमेंटल आर्ट को जो क्यूरेट करता है. सर प्राइवेट क्यूरेशन में भी हैं, तो आप उनकी मदद कभी भी ले सकते हैं. फील फ्री टू गो नियर हिम. और एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है, दैट इज नोन एज शील्ड आर्ट इनिशिएटिव्स, जिसके थ्रू आप बीइंग अ स्टूडेंट, बीइंग प्रोफेशनल्स, आप अटैच होइए. वो बहुत फ्रूटफुल वर्कशॉप्स करते हैं, बहुत फ्रूटफुल टॉक्स करते हैं. मैं भी बहुत सारे टॉक्स में जाता हूँ, और ये मेरा पर्सनल सजेशन है. So thank you so much, sir. And a very good news that we have very quality of people. कम हैं लेकिन बहुत versatile हैं. Very familiar faces are there. कुछ हमारे फील्ड से जुड़े हुए, आर्ट फील्ड से जुड़े हुए, विजुअल आर्ट से, कुछ डिजाइनर्स हैं, कुछ फैशन से जुड़े हुए लोग हैं. So we have very different kind of people here. अब हमारे पास समय बहुत कम है, तो अलविदा. शुक्रिया सर आपका ज्वाइन करने के लिए, और आप लोग घर में रहिए, खुश रहिए, सुरक्षित रहिए, अपने परिवार के साथ रहिए. Thank you so much. We will meet you in next session, Art Pe Charcha, next week with a different topic, with a very good speaker. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you all.